Good evening. My name is Jonothan Edwards, and welcome to this very special episode of Ballantyne Live. We are here tonight with Mr. Rick Morrison. We will be talking about a very near and dear subject to a lot of people's hearts, particularly in this country and around the world. And that is the 800-pound elephant in the room, the economy. Tonight, I'll be asking Mr. Morrison a series of questions in regards to the issue of the economy. But also, we're going to get the audience involved as well as I make my way around the room and ask you to ask some questions of Mr. Morrison regarding the economy as well. I believe this is a very pertinent topic and a very informative subject. With that said, let's get ready to rumble.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Mr. Morrison. First question for you regarding the economy. Do you think the market is bouncing back like the experts are saying right now, or do you believe that we're headed for another steep fall like we've experienced over the last year and a half?
Is the economy going to bounce back? Right now, I think we're at the point where we've sort of come close to the bottom. I think we're not out of the woods. I think some things are in place that will help as the year progresses. Now that we're reaching the midpoint of the year, we get to the second half. Things in the stimulus package start to kick in. I think a lot of ways the economy is going to be a function of our attitude. Yes, things go wrong. Yes, before today, the stock market had tanked 3 straight days before kind of stabilizing today. But if our attitudes as Americans and as citizens of the world can be positive, even in the face of adversity, I think, yes, we'll continue to flatten out and find the road to recovery.
And related to that, there have been recent statistics showing that the unemployment rate in the United States is approaching at or near 10%. This is the first time since the days of possibly the Great Depression that we've seen such historic levels. What would you say right now to those people who may have lost their job, and what kind of advice would you give them in order to be able to enter back into the job market effectively?
What would I say to those that have lost their job?
Yes.
Again, I say stay positive. Yes, even if you have a job and you decide to look for another job, even having a job, they say that is the most unnatural act that you can do. We spend our lives trying to find stability, continuity, stability and continuity. And to actually go out and seek a new job, a new profession, go out on interviews and put yourself forth just to hear a lot of times, over and over, no, 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 is contrary to what we want to hear in life. We'd like to hear yes, 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 but that isn't the case when we're seeking for a job. So if we're unemployed, I'm making the assumption we're looking for a job, because that, by definition, I think to be counted as unemployed, you have to be seeking work. If you stop working and don't look for work, you're not unemployed. You're just not working. No. So continue to be optimistic, even though you're being told no. Stay focused. Do what you can. Don't give up. Make it a job in itself. I've been there. I know people in this room have been there. And I know it's not easy. Our president of our club, Linda, spent a year trying to find stable employment again. And she has just recently done that, but it's forcing her to relocate back to Blowing Rock, and unfortunately, even though she's still an active member, we don't see her as much as we'd like to see her. So hang in there. We never know when tomorrow might be our lucky day.
Now I'm going to ask you a question related to that subject, and it's a question that's been posed by our fathers before us, and by our ancestors. And it's a question that when people reach a certain age, when they decide to either pursue a college education or pursue vocational education or other type of education, inevitably they're going to run into the possibility, into the very real reality, that they're going to have to go out into the workforce and make a living for themselves afterward. What would you say to college graduates, and we've recently had a lot of graduations, high school and college graduates, what would you say to them right now? What motivation could you give you, Rick Morrison, right now, to all those college graduates and all those high school graduates getting ready to get out there in the workforce?
Advice to college graduates and high school graduates?
Yes.
Don't be deterred by what you hear. Again, stay positive, stay focused, believe in yourself. If you've just gotten out of college, you probably have the most recent up-to-date education for a particular field versus someone that has been out of education for some time. Generally, you're going to be fresh. You're going to be able to bring new ideas to the workforce. Stay dynamic. Be the queen bee. And never give up.
At this time, I'd like to take a couple questions from our audience here assembled tonight. I'd like to thank the audience for being here today, and it's really great to see all of you representing this audience tonight. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Morrison regarding the economy?